The gleaming showroom of Aerolux private jets was a paradise for the ultra-wealthy, sleek, state-of-the-art jets, lined the floor each with a price tag, and the millions sales associates in crisp suits moved around catering to clients who exuded power and prestige. David Carter, a black man in his mid-40s, stepped inside dressed in a simple black turtleneck jeans and a leather jacket. He walked in with quiet confidence, observing the jets with a discerning eye. Despite his understated attire, he carried himself with the presence of a man used to making big decisions as he admired a sleek white G800 Gulfstream. A tall salesman named Richard Parker approached him, his polished smile barely hiding his skepticism. "Can I help you?" Richard asked, his tone filled with forced politeness. David nodded. "I'm interested in purchasing a jet. I'd like to see the specs on this one." Richard raised an eyebrow, looking him up and down. "Sir, these jets aren't rentals. They're multi-million-dollar aircraft designed for serious buyers." David smirked slightly. "I know what they are. That's why I'm here." Richard scoffed, crossing his arms. "Right, well, just so you know, these models start at 75 million. Maybe I can direct you to something more reasonable." David's expression remained neutral, but inside he was already disappointed he had encountered this kind of treatment before people who judge his worth by his clothes rather than his status. "I'm not looking for reasonable. I'm looking for the best," David said evenly. "Now, are you going to show me the specs, or should I find someone else who will?" Richard chuckled, shaking his head. "Look, buddy, we don't just hand out brochures to window shoppers. These jets are for high net worth individuals, people who actually have the money to buy them." David sighed. "And what exactly makes you think I don't have the money?" Richard smirked. "No offense, but guys like you don't walk in here and drop tens of millions on a jet. Our clientele are CEOs, world leaders, and billionaires, not—" He gestured vaguely at David's outfit. David let out a low chuckle, finally pulling out his black titanium CEO card with the logo of Carter Aviation Group, the multi-billion-dollar company he owned. Richard's face paled as he read the name David Carr. The name clicked instantly. The billionaire CEO of Carter Aviation, one of the biggest private jet leasing and manufacturing firms in the world. Not only was David rich enough to buy any jet in the showroom he owned, the entire dealership, Richard's arrogance vanished. "Mr. Carter, I didn't recognize you." David held up a hand, stopping him. "No, you didn't bother to recognize me. You made assumptions based on my appearance, and now you're scrambling to fix your mistake." Richard stammered. "Sir, I sincerely apologize. I had no idea." David sighed. "That's the problem, Richard. You treated me like I didn't belong here because I didn't fit the image in your head. Tell me, how many potential buyers have you dismissed because of your arrogance?" The entire showroom had gone silent. Other sales associates and potential clients stared in shock. At that moment, the regional manager, who had been watching from a distance, hurried over. "Mr. Carter, we are so sorry for this misunderstanding." David turned to him. "Fire him." Richard's face drained of color. "Sir, please." David's voice was calm but firm. "You judged a customer by their looks instead of treating them with respect. That kind of attitude has no place in my dealership." The manager nodded, immediately understood. Sir Security arrived, escorting a stunned Richard out of the showroom. David turned back to the jet he had been admiring and smiled. "Now, can someone competent show me the specs?" One of the top salespeople quickly stepped forward. "Right this way, Mr. Carter." By the end of the day, David had purchased 2 brand-new Gulfstream jets, but more importantly, he had made sure that every future customer, no matter how they looked, would be treated with respect. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more fascinating stories.